Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to another video tutorial. Today's topic, ratios. So you know the drill. Get out your pencil or pen, get out your composition book, and let's take some notes. So, hey, we're going to talk about ratios. First of all, what are ratios? A ratio is a comparison of two or more different items. So you're comparing one to the other. You can compare the ratios, and the comparison can be from like a part to part, or it can be part to whole. For example, down here, I've got some kitty cats, and I have some dogs. Woo, 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 woo. All right, so anyway, but you can compare the number of animals here. You can say I have 3 to 4, 3 cats to 4 dogs. That's part to part, right? You could say I have 3 to 7, part to whole. 3 cats to 7 total animals, part to whole. So ratios is just comparing 2 different quantities, 2 different items. It could also be 3 different items. I mean, the ratio doesn't have to necessarily be just 2. So as you know, anything you see stars, take notes, press pause, write that down. Got it? Good. All right, moving on. Comparing ratios. So when we compare ratios, you can write it in 3 different ways. For example, if you look at these geometrical shapes, I see squares and I see circles. So I could, if I was comparing part to part, I could write it in 3 ways, part to part. So if I was comparing circles to squares, I could write it 3 ways. First way I could write it would be just 3 to, what's that, 5? 5. So I have 3 circles to 5. That's one way of comparing ratios, one way to write it. Or I could write it this way. That little colon means 2, 3 to 5. Or I can even write it as a fraction, but this is comparing part to part. There's 3 circles to 5 squares. That's the 3 ways you can write ratios. If I was comparing circles to total shapes, then I would say could write it 3 to 8, or 3 to 8, or 3 to 8. But these are the 3 ways that you can write ratios. So write this down. Got it? All right. So now you guys try, okay? So here, I want you to compare the apples to the orange and write in 3 different ways, like we just did on the previous slide. And then down here, compare the rectangles to total shapes. Okay, the rectangle to the total shapes, write in 3 different ways. All right? Do that, press pause. And then the last thing we are gonna do, did I tell you this is gonna be a very short video tutorial? It is gonna be a very short video tutorial because the last thing we're gonna do is just, let's solve this problem with ratios. It says the sum of 2 numbers is 40. The ratio of the bigger number to the smaller number is 3 to 2. What's the smaller number? So solve that one. And then I even have a top Wildcat question. It's your choice if you want to solve it, but you could earn an extra point to your top Wildcat score. Try this one. It's a little bit harder. I think you can do it though. I think you can do it. So anyway, that's the end of the tutorial. I know it was fast, 4 minutes long. I hope you guys really enjoyed today's lesson, and I will see you tomorrow to discuss further about ratios. Bye-bye.